Hey Pauper fans, I'm back again. This is like the fourth Pauper video in the last 7 days. I hope you're enjoying it. And today we're playing Galvanic Relay Storm in Pauper. I think Cycle Storm is probably the Storm deck that you want to be playing in Pauper, but today I'm playing Galvanic Relay Storm just to make sure that I'm not wrong. And we're going to run a stockish list today featuring Marauding Blight-Priest over Epicure of Blood just because it costs 3 instead of 5. That does make a difference. That said, there's pros and cons to each. Wow, I can't talk right now. Blight-Priest is 3 mana and Epicure is 5, but Epicure is a 4/4, which means it doesn't die to Lightning Bolt or, you know, other commonly played removal, Echoing Decay. There's a bunch of stuff that just deals 2 power. So Blight-Priest is going to die more frequently than Epicure ever would. That said, there's a bunch of different ways to build this deck, and this is only one way to do that. So if you look at this shell, this is essentially the same Storm shell as the Chatterstorm combo deck. We're just mostly swapping out 4 Chatterstorms and replacing them with 4 Weather the Storm, and then the 4 First Wave class for the 4 Marauding Blight-Priest. Got it there. And otherwise, this is pretty much the same exact deck. And then if you look at the board, we have a backup plan of Serpentine Curve, which I just bought 8 Japanese foils of. I'm so confident that card is great. But this is the stockish build that we're playing today. This is everyone's level 1 of the deck. This is where everyone is starting off playing this deck. But we're going to start here and maybe expand. But I want to show you some other ways that you could possibly build this deck. So this is the Serpent build. And I sort of like the Serpent build a little bit more. Not this particular version, but the idea of it, because this is only 6 slots in your deck, where the Blight-Priest build is 8 no matter what. So you could run like 3 Priest and 3 Weathers, but things get a little sticky. And with Weather, you actually need 20 Storm or double Weather, or you need 2 Blight-Priest and Weather, but things can get sticky or hairy, and if you burn a bunch of resources, it's really tough to come back and win. So Curve, on the other hand, just deals a bunch of damage all at once. It's great. Love it. Obviously, it's weaker to Burn without 4 main deck Weather, but Burn isn't that popular. But I think the problem with this build is you're running Lotus Petal, Chromatic Sphere, and Chromatic Star to help make blue mana, because this deck admittedly doesn't make a whole lot of blue. This is a problem with Serpentine Curve because it cares about instants and sorceries that are exiled. But we're playing 10 cards in our deck that don't benefit this. And also, if you look at this deck, what are we really running black for? So you have Dark Ritual, which is obviously one of the best mana producers in the format, Cabal Ritual, which is pretty good, and then Night's Whisper. Duress can be replaced with, you know, other protection out of blue. So is this really the best build? Probably not in my opinion. And instead, I'd probably look at this straight Izzet build, splashing Cyborg Weather. So this build's like pretty similar, but none of the artifacts, and instead you're just running 4 Goblin Electromancer to reduce the cost of Desperate Ritual, Seething Song, your relays, your curves, Manamorphose. So it's a lot, like, this deck is honestly very similar to running Modern Gift Storm in my opinion. And then here we have 2 arcane spells which work well with this Desperate Ritual. And I think that the reason that this build can get away with running Ideas Inbound is that we're running Scary. And this just obviously taps for blue-blue. When I last ran a deck that was pretty similar to this about a month and a half ago, I was running a more traditional mana base with fetch lands and brainstorms and stuff like that. Here we're running tap lands, and the blue-blue does support Ideas Inbound. It just makes it a little bit easier to cast. And then obviously it's easier to cast Goblin Electromancer off 2 lands and then have 2 available mana to just get going. So this build makes a lot of sense to me. This one might be better than the build we're playing today. I don't know. I haven't tested it. But this is another area that you could look at. Obviously, I haven't played these decks, so they could probably use some refining. These are just concepts. If you have any ideas on making them better, feel free to let me know. But this is what we're playing today. I do think it's just like the stock level 1 that, like, you could probably get this list from anyone. Although I'm choosing to run an Echoing Return in the board, which I guess is a little bit spicy. So the Echoing Return is to get back the Blight-Priest, because people are going to try to kill this thing over and over, and it could be Reaping the Graves, but we're returning the same creature always, so Echoing Return just makes more sense to me. And then Gut Shot is for fairies, but also Mogwarts, it disrupts them. Here we have our backup plan, blue decks, aggro decks, control decks, you know, all this good stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to do a super in-depth deck tech on this. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. But you should know this deck by now, in my opinion. It's been everywhere the last 6 months since Modern Horizons 2. Yeah. So if you're looking to support us, we're going for 5,000 subscribers this month. As of today, we're 100 away. I've gotten 50 over the last 2 days. So thank you to anyone that's recently subscribed. I do appreciate you. But we're still 100 away from my goal for this month. Let's hit that 5,000. And if you sign up or subscribe, I would greatly appreciate you. Subscribing is free to do, so why wouldn't you? Keep up to date on the latest and greatest Storm content. And then we have memberships. That button is right next to the subscribe button. It says join. You can click on that, get rewards to our member section of our public Discord. One Discord, you have private and public. And then there's tons of other benefits on the upper tiers, like 50% off donation decks, sideboard guides, other stuff. Definitely check that out. But like, comment, subscribe, get us into that algorithm. I would appreciate that. And then if you want to support us, there's always donation decks over at theepicstorm.com. We have the Epic Storm shop where you can get card singles, but also sweet, sweet merch, as well as our latest and greatest token pack. I'm not going to do the token pack spiel today. I've done it every video the last like 3 weeks. So if you're interested, just go check it out at theepicstorm.com/shop. That's my intro today. I just want to get playing some Pauper. I love this format. It feels good to play it again. I haven't been playing it previously because, you know, we all expected a ban, but it's back. I'm playing my favorite format. Well, one of my favorite formats. And sorry, I love Legacy more. But Pauper's up there. But I'm playing Pauper today, and it's going to be great. Don't go anywhere. I'm sure you'll enjoy this video. See you in match number. Welcome to match number 1. We are on the draw against NickNorman. And we're going to keep this. Why not? Seems like a fine-ish hand. Forest. What are you on? Bogles. I have to imagine that Bogles is a favorable matchup for us. And the reason why is we're a deck with 4 Weather the Storm, so we can create a very high life total. And they do not play creature removal for the Marauding Blight-Priest. And here our opponent plays a second copy of Forest into Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Another Bogle. Sure. Ouch. Take a draw. That was a good one. Alright, so we're going to cast Whisper here. And let's play out the Chrome. Alright, we're like a Blight-Priest away from this hand just being nutty. Okay, so take 4 here, going to 12. And another Sprawl, okay. They chose white on that. Alright, I think I'm going to cast another Whisper here. Okay. I think I'm going to go for it. Maybe it's a little too aggressive, but it's what I'm doing. Red Flame. Guess we can sack these. Let's convert one of these mana into black. Or, I'm sorry, into green. Okay. That's 7 in the graveyard for Cabal Ritual. Let's cast Morphos. And let's add red, green. Alright, the Rite of Flame is fine. We just need to find a priest at this point. Okay, another star. You can probably add a red. Draw. We'll take a Whisper. Relay. So I can weather into a gigantic relay. Or I can cast Looting. But if I cast Looting, I need to hit um, a Ritual and Blight-Priest, which seems pretty unlikely. So I think I'm going to cast Weather into Relay. And just hope that the Relay is good enough. Okay. 12 spells. So we got a third into our deck because we were at 40 and we didn't find a priest in the top third of our deck. We have another swamp. Okay, it looks like we should be able to win with that next turn. Okay. Start off on Dark Ritual. Lotus Petal. And I think we're probably going to need to cycle a little bit because the choke point for us right now is mana. We need more mana in general. So let's sacrifice this for a red and cast Morphos. We'll add red-green. The priest, okay. We just need more mana. And let's add red-green again. Actually, I wonder if I should do red-red. Because then I could cast these lootings. Alright, so now I can play priest. But 6 mana, 7 mana. I'm actually, because I need a color filter, I'm a mana short of doing double. Let's add a green here. Draw. And that'll do. So priest. And there's 6 mana. So I can't. I think it's actually better here to play another priest. So, and then priest and then weather should be lethal. I can just have 6 through this. Tendrils of Agony. Flat. Good deal. Like I mentioned though, Bogles is a matchup where they just don't have removal, so that looked a lot easier than it would be against, the average person. I don't think I'm going to sideboard. I think our main deck's... I guess we could board in Darkness. Like, this is the matchup where we would want it, right? Maybe get these dress out of here. And... Sign in Blood? Or the one of Sphere? Do one Sign in Blood. Why not? I feel like this Sphere is probably important for color fix. Sure. Seems okay. So the plan with a hand like this is that you're going to play turn 1 Needle. Turn 2, you'll play Double Star. Turn 3, reevaluate into trying to kill your opponent. And our opponent is taking a mulligan to 5. 5 cards. Okay, let's do it. There's the Bogle. Needle. Love the Dark Rit draw. Okay, so they're cycling an Ash Barrens, probably for a white source here, if I had to guess, into some sort of enchantment. Ethereal Armor, the best 1 mana white enchantment in my opinion. Draw. Travis was a really good draw. So now we just play double artifact. And pass the turn. So now they have color fixing, so if they have a dispel or something, they could hold that up. But they're just going to go to Jam Town and hit me. So now we're at 12. I'm going for it. No one likes a coward. Alright. Cycle here for a green. Uh-oh. Let's hit, please. That's going to be spell number or card number 6 in the graveyard. Petal can be 7. Let's just add a red with this, I think. Like Cabal Ritual. The Whisper. Alright, so now we just need to find a weather and we have lethal. Morphos. Red, red. Come on, Doc. Oh. That's a bummer. I mean, I did go for it. I probably didn't need to. I think that we lose now. Then again, if our opponent untapped and just played like another Ethereal Armor or Mask, I'd just be dead. We got 25% of the way through our deck, too. Kind of a bummer. And our next card also wasn't Weather. I'm just going to concede this one, and then we can go to game 3. Take a draw. Oh, I showed them my hand. We didn't have Weather coming either. Jeez. Okay. I'm just going to resubmit. No need to adjust our game plan. I might have been a little bit overly aggressive there. I also thought that maybe our opponent could just like play Ancestral Mask and kill me. But we're on the play for game number 3. Seems fine. So the nice thing about this hand is that we have Peat Bog and a Whisper. So on turn 2, we can set up turn 3. We already have the combo. We just need more mana. And by mana, I mean mana fixing. So a red source for this Rite of Flame would be nice. And then like Manamorphose or one of the spheres for making. Our opponent's mulligan to 4. Okay, let's start it off. Peat Bog, go. Driving Isle. Are we facing the same opponent? Needle was an amazing draw. Whisper. Pass. Just leaving open that blue mana for Dispel. Something sort of nice here is that I can just cast the Blight-Priest. I don't need to do it on the combo turn. Okay, nice job dispelling that. There's armor. I'll take 2. So we can get in there right now, and this reduces the amount of storm we need on the combo turn, which I personally enjoy. I don't think I'm going to do anything. I think I'm just going to pass. We don't need to force it. A growth. They're just 100% opening or holding Dispel, I mean. Like, without a doubt in my mind. Alright, now we can get in again. Another weather. We don't have any mana fixing is the issue. I could cast this looting, but then if I miss on the looting, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to go for it here. Looting. Let's get rid of darkness, and I don't need double weather if I have double Blight-Priest, and it's easier to make black than it is green, so I think we can get rid of a weather here. Tap this for black mana. Play Cabal Ritual. Oh, that resolved. Okay. Sign in Blood. And we've got it. Alright, so we're going to beat Bogles. I guess I can flashback looting, why not? I guess we'll... Oh, I misclicked. I wanted the double storm. And F6 and Tendrils them again. Tendrils in all formats. Wooch wooch. We are 1-0 to start off this Pauper League. Love it. Alright, match number 2, and we are on the play. Snap Mult. No need to even think about that one. And do we want this? This might be fine. I think you bottom one of the peat bogs, and we just hope that our opponent's playing a slower deck. Forest is good. All right, it might be Bogles again. It's a Bogle format. Relay's not bad. Let's hang on to that Chromatic Star because of the relay. Very Bogle-like. Yep, it is Bogles. I think it'd be pretty cool if there was like a Pauper Enchantress deck that you could play. Am I supposed to just relay for... I guess I could probably cycle these Chrome Stars. Yeah, because like if they play Mask next turn, the relay becomes too slow. But I think I'm supposed to do it now. Let's cycle. Draw. Okay. Another Whisper. See if I can hit something here. Weather. Alright. Let's just relay. Hopefully 6 will be good enough. See what they are. Duress, not really the card we want here. Double Weather is actually a little bit awkward. Yikes. That's actually kind of a bad relay. Another Armor. We're going to 11 here. We're in trouble. Send help. Draw. Okay, guess I start on looting? Or maybe I want to start on Whisper. Just don't know. Virtual. The real cheese. Killing me, Smalls. Need mana. Looting. No Rite of Flames yet. I don't even have enough mana to write into like I have enough to write into relay, but I need to stay alive, which means I have to cast weather, and I can't weather and relay. All right, I'm gonna have to get a little bit lucky here and Night's Whisper again. Right, so this Rite of Flame makes 3, and then we can play Swamp, but that doesn't do a whole lot. Might just be dead here. I think I'm supposed to keep a right float or a red floating for another right, because then I could Manamorphose. If like hypothetically, if this looting was like right into Manamorphose. Yeah. Okay, we died. Game did not go our way. That's fine. Let's get these stresses out of the deck. Not really something we want here. And let's bring in the Darkness. A friendly reminder to all of you that our Discord is absolutely free, and there is a ton of great combo conversation happening in there. So if you want to be a part of it, open up that description down below and you'll find 7 links. One of them is our Discord, and the other 6 are other great communities that you can be a part of. I would highly recommend joining them all. Okay, game number 2. I don't know how to feel about this. Sure. I think this might be one of those hands where we just try to sit on everything for as long as possible. I'm taking a mulligan. And now to 5. Okay. Bug, go. Like I said, I think we just want to sit on our cards until like we really need to do something. There's a Bogle. It'll go. Next turn I could play out the Blight-Priest early again. I don't know. Okay, another Bogle. Alright, I realized that I could save that for Storm, but filtering for another card for free on the combo turn is also just like incredibly valuable, so that's why I chose to play it out. And one thing that I think is secretly fine about casting the Blight-Priest here is that if we ever draw a Cabal Ritual, we want Threshold, so like having these with less counters on it isn't the worst thing. Pillow Cloak. Not blocking. But it does give them lifelink, so it makes my job a little bit more difficult. Relay. I think I'm just going to pass again. Sprawl, sure. This mask? Okay. So I take 8 here. So if I play Darkness, I prevent them from gaining a life, but I lose a possible card I could discard to looting. I don't know which is more valuable. But also, I kind of like the idea of hanging around on a Darkness to pair with this Relay, but maybe that's not necessary when I have Weather. I don't know what the right play is here. I also want to land in play post Relay, and that way if I tap this on our next turn, I'd still have a land. I think I'm just going to take it. Come on, deck, be good to me. Oh. Okay. So let's start off by adding a green, drawing a card. We can use a black mana. Another star. Playing this pedal's like kind of free. What's looting? Don't need the needle. Do I want the darkness? I can probably get rid of darkness. Let's add more mana here. Try another green. Really hoping to draw a ritual here. We have 4 mana, 6 mana. So if I cast this Whisper and don't hit a mana, I can't weather into Relay. On deck, be good. Ah. My own fault. So I could try to just like double weather to buy time. But the problem is this Ledgewalker is a 7/7 that gains life. I might not be able to win after this. I could also try chump blocking, I suppose. I would take 5, 6. Actually, they just have lethal. Or I can go big into a Whisper. But I feel that's not it's not a probable win. Or I can Whisper weather. I hate you, deck. I hate you so much. This should be an easy matchup. Yeah, we just didn't draw a lot of mana this game if you look at it. No Rite of Flames, no Dark Rituals, no Cabal Rituals. We're also a third of our way into our deck. They drew Ash Barrens. I think I'm supposed to sign in blood next turn. Okay, so we're taking 10, going to 12. If I cast this sign in blood, I'm actually just dead on board. I think I have to, though. Like, what else are we doing? Second brother again to stay alive, but like I don't understand how I'm going to get ahead in this game. I can't even weather actually. So I have to chump block. I feel like I might have misplayed this game by going for it on the turn that I did, but like it seemed like the right move. It kind of just like didn't draw mana, and I don't know if that's my fault or just like sometimes that happens. But this matchup's definitely favorable. Oh, I actually get another turn here because this would only put me to 1. Miracle. Not a miracle. Red. We could flashback looting. Hope to hit something really good. We'd only have 1 red floating post looting. Our opponent's at 36, so we would need quite the high storm count this turn. Alright. Unfortunately, we lost the Bogles, and we are now 1-1. Round 3, and we are on the play again. Let's see if we can get this one. And this seems delightful. I will keep this. Classic Chatterstorm hand we have here. The opponent's taking a mulligan to 5. Right. Bog go. One thing I do like about this deck over Cycle Storm is that you're not weak to graveyard hate. It is one benefit. Although, in general, I don't know if I like it quite as much. Back up to 7. Are we seeing an ATOG in our future here? We are. Old ATOG. I wonder if I'm supposed to relay. Okay, please give me mana. Weather. Looting? Mana? Give me rituals. Morphos in it for red black. That hates me. Relay for 6 and just hope that 6 is good enough. Wrong revealed zone. 1 dark ritual. Alright, let's see what we can do on our turn, I suppose. Might need to relay again in weather. My concern with that line is that we're only going to have an untapped swamp. Picker Wellspring. Probably sack the Wellspring and draw a card. Also makes the ATOG larger. So they're up to 6 artifacts. It's another drawing off of ATOG. And they're backing their lands? Am I missing something here? Putting me to 3? Okay. Seems weird, but like whatever you're into. Alright, so we probably just start on getting rid of our lands. Play Swamp. Dark Ritual. So we have 6, 7. So I can cast Whisper into Weather Relay. Mana, please. Ritual. Here. Track this for mana. Okay, like the Rite of Flame. That's good. From Star. Draw. Another Weather. Okay. Guess we just keep on drawing. Sure. Green, green. So the Blight-Priest is fine, but we don't have enough mana to Blight-Priest into Weather Weather. That's 7. We only have 6, so we're 1 short. But something I can do is cycle the Star, see if we hit Dark Ritual or a Rite of Flame or Cabal Ritual, and then that would do it. Take a draw here. Ding! Okay, let's play this Priest. Weather, hold priority, weather. Ugh. Easy game. Always had it, 100% of the time. Yeah. False bravado. And our opponent's just going through this manually. Hates the F6 button. Has never used it in their life. F6 button once hurt their family, and now they just refuse to hit it. Alright, they've conceded. Game 2. I think we probably just leave our deck as is. I'm also wondering that, like, in this new metagame, is it right to maybe put the dress in the board and then just run 2 copies of Seething Song in the main? Because, like, twice tonight our choke point has been mana, so maybe you just run all 4 copies of dress on the board and run 2 Seething Song in the main deck and just, like, don't get choked on mana. Sure, I'm not going to ship this, but we do need to draw into a red. Both of Whisper. Boo! Boo! I imagine they take Weather here. Yep. Draw. Very good draw. I'm just going to play the Bog, though. Looks like our opponent took a mulligan that game as well. Wellspring. Yep. Ritual. Eh. I think we probably want to try to sit for as long as we can. Obviously, that can change if our opponent plays an ATOG or something, but right now we just need more Storm in action. Them discarding the Weather actually hurt us quite a bit. Draw. I think I'm going to hang on to that sphere for a possible Galvanic Relay. What are they doing? Prism, okay. Next turn might be a turn that we want to consider doing something. Right, Mirror Enforcer, sure. So now we go to 18. But I don't want to sacrifice these. Or, well, tap them. So, like, we could tap them to maybe get Threshold for Cabal Ritual this turn, but I don't think that's what the game's really about. So, probably want to add, like, black-green here. Whisper was good. Let's cast Whisper. Other Whisper. We have 5 in graveyard right now for Fall Ritual. I think we just cycle Sphere and then sack Petal before we Morphos. Okay, and then let's add red here. Fall Ritual. And let's Sign in Blood. Ooh. We're 1 mana short. Let's cycle this Morpho, see if I get lucky. Add a red. I'm gonna Whisper. You good to me, deck. Ugh. Okay. I think the plan is to Whisper again. And then just Weather. Sort of a bummer. We're going to gain like 36 life or whatever, but that doesn't matter. Okay. So now we just pass. So I guess what we're looking for now is for like a Lotus Petal or a Star off the top for this Weather. There's a Tog. Take 6 to 40. What's funny is like a Fling means that we're dead. Like with how this works is they can easily get this up to 20 next turn. Deal me 20 and then Fling. Draw. Here we go. Be good to me, deck. Come on. That was not what I meant by be good to me. Had red mana here. I guess we play a priest into relay. Like, I don't know what's happening anymore. Relay for 4, a little bit weak. All right. I guess if we like draw Cabal Ritual for turn, we might stand a shot. And I just have to block the Atog. I don't really have a choice. Okay. Frogmite. They've seen a lot of cards, like, them having Fling isn't unreasonable. Wellspring. Your Enforcer. Yep. Your Atog is very large. Come on, tap those 2 lands. Free combat. Why not? Just do it. It'd be good for you. If they tap those lands, we don't have to block. Or at least I don't think we do. 5, 9, so they can pump 18. 18 isn't lethal. What are they doing here? Alright, well, they don't have Fling mana anymore. They played a land? Ah, they have not played a land. They still have possible Fling mana. Annoying. Okay, well, now they don't have Fling mana. Alright, so this is 6 artifacts. 10 artifacts is plus 20, so that's 29. 36. I would go to 2. Well, I guess that's not true. It's that math doesn't work because you can't sack this. Never mind. I'm just bad at counting. I don't need a block here though. So we're looking to draw a Cabal Ritual, play triple Blight-Priest into a Weather. It's like kind of a tall ask, but let's see what we can do. And a lot of these like red-black Affinity style decks with Deadly Dispute now only have like 1 Dispel, maybe 2 in the 75. So looking to dodge that on our turn. Draw. Pull. I think I can start on looting. These. I just don't know if this matters anymore. Draw. I'm just gonna concede and go to game 3. Okay, I'm like more sold on the idea that we should just have 2 Seething Songs in these dress slots now. Extra so mana hungry. On the play for game 3. Nope. Sure. I think we bought him a Petal. Ideally, we would draw like Peat Bog for turn. I think they take Dark Ritual here. Interesting that they took Whisper. Pass. Okay, Victor Wellspring. Swamp? We only have 2 swamps, but that would be one of our better draws. No need to play anything here. Save it for the storm count and just pass. Frogmite. Deadly Dispute. Bigger Wellspring. Yep. So now they're going to draw 3 and make a treasure. Frogmite. Yeah, it is draw 2. I want to make sure. Alright. From Star. I guess I can play that out. Save a mana. Not feeling super confident in this game right now, but we'll see if we can pull it out. Maple, okay. Now we go to 16. And all of our artifacts do make us lose life to Disciple, by the way. Okay. Draw. This is probably our last turn. I think we just have to jam. Ritual. Petal. Petal. We can just cycle this for black. It doesn't really matter here. It's card number 4 to the graveyard. We want to get these Cabal rituals up the threshold, so I'm probably going to Whisper before I cast this first ritual. Whisper. Okay, so we're a weather away. I guess that's not true if I play the ritual. Maybe I just looting here? Dang. Yikes. Okay, so I think I'm going to flash back the Faithless Looting here and sort of just hope for the best. And which is probably Galvanic Relay. Because weather's not good enough anymore. There's Relay. I don't even know if 10 life is or 11 life is enough. I think we're just dead on board, but I'm gonna make our opponent kill us. Okay. One of the downsides of the Relay build is that it is worse than against aggro than Cycle Storm. It's just a little bit slower, and you have to decide the turn earlier whether or not you're going to try to win with Relay instead of just like knowing what turn you need to go off. Okay. So we hit a Petal, so that's a starting point. But I think we're probably just dead. It doesn't really matter. Alright, we're definitely dead. They had to Gav Blast. 100%. I'm not going to make them go through it. All right, we're 1 and 2. All right, round number 4. Let's see if we can have some better luck this time. Seems great. Keep. Okay. I think we're free to just like play out our lands. I don't know if it really matters. You could play out Crevice turn 1, so that way you could play Star turn 2, but I'm not sure if that's even the right move. And it looks like we're facing Elves. All right, a little bit land heavy here. What are they going to do? Okay. 2 more Elves, apparently. Shocking. I think we want to play out the Star, so that way we can duress next turn to possibly hit like a Distant Melody or a Lead the Stampede, something like that. Speaking of Lead the Stampede, there it is. Okay. They're moving to cleanup. So we know that 4 of the cards in their hand are likely creatures. And they discarded Distant Melody, which tells me that they probably have another. Let's add a black here and cast Duress. Draw out the Chromatic Star. Main deck Dispel, huh? We currently can't cast either blue spell. I think I just take the Distant Melody. Pass. Maybe I was supposed to play the Whisper there. I don't know. Big Elf. 5 green mana now. Timberwatch and Priest. Fairly strong. Let's Whisper. The Storm is 1. I guess I can see if I draw a draw spell off this Chrome Star. Or another Weather. Say good things and it'll apparently happen. Okay, so we've got this one. All these decks without removal too, aside from Affinity. Alright, Blight-Priest. Priest. Full control. Cast Weather. Cast Weather. Get dead, opponent. Ooh. Love to see it. Boom. Green Tendrils. I mean, I could bring Gut Shot over the Duress. That might be better. Just slow them down. Let's do that. Like, I don't think that this deck is bad. I just think that I don't want main deck Duress if I were to play this again. This is great hand. Keep. I'm going to 5. In a burn heavy meta, I probably would rather play this than Cycle. Although I've been testing Dihada's Ploy in Cycle Storm recently, and I've been really happy with that. All right, I like the second Blight-Priest draw. So now we just need to make Storm 10. Okay. They have 1 card left in their hand. Ouch. Draw. Alright, so next turn we should be able to get lethal. I mean, another ritual would certainly help, but... So what we're looking to do is make 11 mana. So right now we have 4, 5, 6, 7. Which isn't even enough to Blight-Priest into Weather. So maybe I'm not supposed to go for it next turn. Not sure. And also, like, in order to make the red, I'd actually have to use mana and go down to 6. So that's a little bit scary. Okay, so I believe I know that our opponent's entire hand is creatures. Come on, good draw. I think I just played Chrome Star. Right? I feel like I might have messed up by not playing out Chromatic Star the turn that I drew the third Blight-Priest. Timberwatch. Yep. Okay. Ouch. So I have to go for it now. That was good. Cast Darkrit. And let's add a red, draw a card. And in blood. Not quite to 6 cards yet, or 7 cards yet, so I think I want to use... I only need 1 green. Why would I say that? So 6 cards now. I think I should Night's Whisper. Okay, that was good. Ball Ritual. If I play Priest, that brings me down to 4 mana. And then Weather. Um, so Priest would be from 7, Weather would be 8, Weather would be 9. That's actually short on lethal. So I think I'm supposed to Sign in Blood here. Mana. Ah. So I guess I can Weather plus Relay. Yeah, I think that's just the best move, unfortunately. Hope that my opponent doesn't kill me. Okay. A lot of mana there. Actually not that much. So Ritual would bring me up to 4. Cabal Ritual would bring me up to 7. Petals 8. And we have Swamp, so that would be 9. Okay, so that's actually not terribly far off. So between our draw step and the Manamorphose, we just want to hit a little bit of mana. Yep, so we're taking a nice cracking here from the opponent. Draw. Another Weather. That might do it, actually. Dark Ritual. Ball Ritual. Let's add some mana. Let's add 2 green. Green. Alright, I like the Morphos draw. Now we can add red. We can play a priest from here. And then another priest. Alright, so I'm going to cycle this. I don't know. I probably don't need to cycle it right now, but it also doesn't hurt that much. So I guess if I drew a Lotus Petal, I'd have lethal. So maybe that's the reason to do it. There's more Rite of Flames than Dark Ritual, so I think I'm supposed to add red. That could also work. Nothing matters. Life is meaningless. Alright, we were a single storm short, but the good news is if I draw another egg, maybe that's the reason I shouldn't have cracked it, because if I drew another egg next turn, I would already have the egg in play and the Weather in my hand would have been lethal. Okay. So yeah, that's probably my own fault. I shouldn't have cracked the Sphere there. I wasn't even thinking about just like untapping and casting the Weather from hand. I'm not blocking. Hit me. And none of those are Quirion Rangers over here. They're both pre. Draw. Hey, skill magic. Didn't deserve that. But get weathered. Wooch wooch. 2 and 2. I really messed up on that sphere. Like, I should have lost this game because of I played poorly, but magic is meaningless. Sometimes bad plays get rewarded. Let's see if I can get match number 5. Okay, the 5th and final match of this round. This seems fine to me. Let's keep this. Click, click. Looting. What are you playing? Reanimator? It is kind of weird that Dredge is like one of the few decks that doesn't... Oh, I guess that makes sense. There are some Boros. But Dredge isn't really a deck in this format, and I always find that to be a little bit odd. Like, it just should be, and it's not. Like, you have Stinkweed Imp, but maybe Imp just isn't good enough on its own because you don't have, like, Narcomoeba or Dread Return. Crippling Chill's an uncommon, but it just seems like there should be some sort of graveyard deck like that. The Hawk. Okay. Good draw deck. And I could save those spheres for relay, but I just really value being able to cantrip off them. I also wonder with Squadron Hawk if like there are 4 different versions that you could play just to tilt people. You're giving up some equity on which version you have in hand, but I just think that's like kind of funny if you're able to do that. I think I want to relay this turn. No dice. Okay. Let's cycle. Draw card. So let's cycle again. I believe I can double relay right now. So, yep. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Can have 6 through that and then cast the other. Because it's going to stop us, so we can just cast this because we have mana floating. Then relay again and try to win on our next turn. I guess F6 doesn't like me. Okay, and there's a Blight-Priest. Feeling pretty good about our next turn. Okay. So as of right now, let's say if I had to run back another league at this very moment, I would take the 2 Duress that are in the main deck, put them into the sideboard over the Serpentine Curve or Serpentine Curve, and then just add in 2 Seething Song into the main deck. That's probably what I'd do. You could also maybe not play Spell Bombs. Those might not be necessary, but those are just options. Cast Dark Rit. And Cabal Rit. And Cabal Rit. Casting the spells. Wooch wooch. Get some red mana. Rate of Flame. This feels fun. Whisper. Whisper again because we can. Wall Ritual. Let's add 2 green. Draw, draw. Let's Whisper again. Let's Dress because we can. Get out of your Battle Screech. Draw. Rite of Flame, my old friend. Cast this beast. My mouse is going bananas right now. Might need to charge it. Hurry up and try to win this match. And to BM the opponent, I'm going to double weather. Ugh. Love it. Okay. I don't know if this is a match where I want anything else. I might actually just leave the Duress there. So no need to sideboard. Our main deck's already perfect. I guess like the duresses would matter more too if we had faced more interactive decks this league. Like we faced a lot of non-blue and a lot of decks without removal. So like duress might have seemed worse than it actually is. This is fun. Like we didn't face fairies or like any of the black decks where we need to keep our priest alive. Instead we just faced like mono non-blue mid-range decks. It's worth noting that like cleansing wildfire ramp is really popular right now, and this deck probably just preys on that. Okay. Thing again. We don't really care about prismatic strands. Our win condition just dodges it, so that's why we don't play Flaring Pain in the board, because strands just doesn't have text on it. So I do like the sphere draw because now we can cast Night's Whisper next turn without losing any lands. And our opponent has to put a clock on us because otherwise we're just going to take advantage. Head a black here. Cast this Whisper. Fog was a good one. We have 8 cards, so you can just play a Petal here. Yes. They might be holding open mana for removal as well. Or you can be the monarch. Draw. Let's start with Sign in Blood. This could be a turn that we try to go for it. Guess we could relay for a bunch. I don't hate relaying. What's more for us? I'm trying to not sacrifice any resources if I don't have. Let's duress. Mono removal. We technically have a window to win right now. I don't think a Blight-Priest off the top even does it, though. I don't think I want to burn a weather here either. An F6. Play a little bit of a longer game. Maybe I should have taken the 3-mana sweeper, because that can actually kill 2 priests. I don't know how much like the mana matters. Also, the only draw spell we got in there was Sign in Blood. I could also try to like what's the word I'm looking for here? Like when I weather, they try to kill, I could cast another weather, but they have 2 removal spells open. Sign in Blood. Come on, deck. 2 draw spells isn't bad. Ball Ritual. Bit of green mana. Looking for another relay if I'm being honest. Ding. So I think I'm going to try to use the opponent to build Storm. So I'm going to purposely let them kill my Blight-Priest. Okay, they didn't bite. So they're just like waiting on the weathers. I guess I can burn these. Like, they do make Storm for the relay. Alright, and then these are all going to resolve, and then we're going to cast relay. And it's going to be for 16, so we won't have much of a deck after. Relay. Okay. So they'll have 4 cards by the time that we try to win again. Did I reveal the duress? I did. My opponent is complaining in chat about Galvanic Relay. Oh well. This deck is not too good. We're 2-2. Play a strategy that isn't, you know, white-green aggro, or red-white aggro. I guess it's technically a mid-range deck, but you know what I mean. Dark Ritual. Duress. Oh no, I'm going to 85 life. Thank you for the storm count, though. Okay. And let's just get rid of all of our stuff. Why not? Parade of Flame. We have 10 cards in deck. We should probably draw some cards. It'd be good for us. Draw. Whisper. Wait, let's cast some spells. Let's actually make sure that I don't run out of mana like a dummy. Priest. Whisper. We have 5 cards left. From 13. Love a good Cabal Ritual. Now let's make a red. Ooh, another priest. Love it. Now let's cast some storm spells. Even better than Tendrils. Ooh, opponent, you should learn like what your cards do, because that's not going to work. That play was a joke. They called relay a joke, so that's a call. But we went 3-2. It's fine. Like I said before, I don't think that this deck is too good. I think that this deck is very much at the power level that's appropriate for Pauper. But I would move Duress to the sideboard over Curve or Spellbomb. Play a couple Seething Songs main. That's a good starting point for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. But yeah, I think Galvanic Relay is like, it's not too good for Pauper. I don't think that this deck's going to be an issue. I know some people disagreed with me pre-ban, but I've played a lot of Relay Storm, even before the Chatterstorm ban, without Chatterstorm. So you could check those videos. I'll probably link them in the cards throughout this video, but hopefully you enjoyed watching this. Keep storming. Have a great day. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.